Vicaria is a black high schooler who believes that death is just an illness, and like any illness, it must have a cure. Vicaria's elder brother Chris was killed in a criminal brawl. In her secret lab, Vicaria puts Chris's body back together piece by piece and revives him with a super strong electric shock. Brought back from the dead, Chris doesn't wait long before getting into an altercation with a bunch of local drug dealers, which turns him into a monster, not just physically but morally. It looks like The Angry Black Girl and Her Monster was meant to be an encouraging, spirit-lifting story about racism, violence, stereotypical thinking, and bigotry. But something went terribly wrong, as we see an Afro-American, who just came back to life, instantly get involved with drugs and murders. And the funny thing is, the filmmakers blame that fatal step on societal flaws, and not on characters himself. But seeing that the characters live in an idyllic, exclusively black neighborhood, this doesn't sound too convincing. The film's writer and director Bomani J. Story drew inspiration from Mary Shelley's Frankenstein and even thanked the authoress in the end credits. But this version of Frankenstein clearly belongs to the BLM era, as Chris's monstrosity is strongly associated with his skin color. The movie grapples with a bunch of racial issues that are manifested through Chris's pregnant girlfriend Aisha, who rarely parts with a Malcolm X book, tells in her lectures how Columbus was a slave trader and a rapist, and lambasts the educational system for teaching the history written by white people. The world of The Angry Black Girl is ruled by drugs. Several key characters are with a gang of a local drug lord Kango. Vicaria's dad, who raises her after both his wife and Chris died, is a drug addict. The filmmakers treat their characters with sympathy and understanding, portraying them as good people that are forced to do bad things. A couple of times, we hear Vicaria raise interesting questions, like for example, what would Kango do if he wasn't a drug dealer? We don't get an answer though. But even if you put aside all those undercurrents and try to analyze The Angry Black Girl merely as a horror, it doesn't look good either. Yes, it has a couple of bloody scenes and an eerie atmosphere, but the film's message keeps getting in the way of its genre. Rather than an absolute evil wielding the sword of vengeance, the monstrous Chris is portrayed as a metaphorical, collective image of everything dark, dangerous, and scary. In other words, he embodies all nasty things associated with black men. But the problem is, Chris has no goal or mission. A successful 2021 remake of Candyman had a similar concept but was much more harsh, precise, and genre-flavored. Compared to it, The Angry Black Girl and Her Monster oppresses the viewer like a silent dark shadow. Just like an elderly lady that hovers over you in an overcrowded subway car. It's okay, don't stand up, I'm not tired at all.